Wednesday night madness session, I'm going to call it, even though it's, it's nothing madness about it. We're going to continue to take, let's see, references. We use essential cookies to mark our, I'll do that. Let's see, we have a couple choices tonight. We could go back and we can take another look at the energy data for the U.S. and the world. We're not going to look at Benny's breakfast bar tonight or stock analysis. We can look at stock analysis for a brief moment. The important thing about this is the three key charts it creates: the Bollinger Bands, the RSI, okay, and what else? I'll mention again. You can scroll left and right by using the shift and the mouse wheel. You can zoom in and zoom out by using the control and mouse wheel. So you can see here. So we got three key technical plots here: the Bollinger Bands, the classic candlestick, and we're missing the third one. Fixed data. We see some. Now I'll point out that they're using so is it using Python 1 as the name? Yeah, so it's trying to create an RSI plot. And I may have to change something here. Let's zoom back over here. Okay. The problem is this right up here. Okay. And the reason is the latest and greatest version of Y Finance has two columns. It has the column name, I believe, two rows for the column head. It's got I believe what it is, the column name was at the top. Then in the second row you have the stock name. So you can have more than one stock in a data frame. Okay. So the way we fix this is we come back over here. Okay. We open up the code window, and the problem is, I said the problem is right here. This fix it, and as much as I would like to take credit for this fix, I can't. Save and run. So let's see if we do get some column names here. Because this code should run now. Let's shrink this down a little bit. Okay, now you can see we got the regular columns back, and it all comes back to this this one line of code down there. This one line of code right down here. Okay. So now we got that back. Let's see if our okay, good. So that fixed the RSI plot. Now what I want you to understand about these three plots is that Quadratic doesn't use any additional libraries. There are great libraries out there to do these type of plotting for us, but this is all done with Python and Python pandas. No additional libraries. You got three very common you got three very common you know, technical indicators here: Bollinger Bands, very popular candlestick chart, and the RSI. What's it called? What's the RSI stand for? Resistance something indicator. Now, I'm not a technical guy, okay? Relative strength index is a technical analysis indicator that shows momentum and important overbought or undersold conditions, okay? Unfortunately, we don't get the bands here, do we? We get the bands. You know, one of these, I think this is overbought and this is maybe undersold possibly, okay? Not quite sure. So anyway, the important thing is all three of these plots are created with nothing, a Quadratic AI create all three of these technical plots with nothing more but standard pandas library and Matplotlib, okay? So let's come back over here now. Let's do a new. Now, I'm not sure how many of these plots I can actually keep. I can actually store, because it seemed like it was deleting some of my later ones. Okay, good. Let's upload a file. Tonight we're using a file called, has to do with the Tidy Tuesday data sets, which is an R project. Interesting. We're doing palm tree. We're analyzing palm trees. There's maybe 3,000 rows for this. Okay. Now this is Excel, so the first thing you notice is it doesn't recognize our column headings. The advantage to using a Parquet file is it will recognize its column headings. Let's try this. Let's see. Convert to table. Use first row as heading. So there you have it. Okay. Now this is apparently this is apparently a survey of species names of palm trees someplace. Honestly, I'm not quite sure where they're actually from. Okay, but they're palm trees. So you got the species name. Okay. Palm tribe. Something species, ag genus, palm climbing. We also have erect, non-erect, leaves, maximum stem length. And one thing that's interesting to note, there's no date for when this information was connected, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so you can see we got about 2,600 rows. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know this isn't much fun, but that's okay. We're going to kind of have we're going to relax a little night at see what we can do. Let's see if we can identify the. Okay, this is good. The first thing it did was it did correctly identify the numeric column, which is good. Now, it should create the plots in the active sheet. It should read the data over here because it's like Python 1. It should create the sheet over here. We'll see. It's trying. So that's our first plot. Okay, that's good. Tree height versus diameter. Very good. Distribution of tree heights. Okay, most of the trees are under, or really most of them are under about 25 feet in height. Okay, good. Oh, box plot. Okay, this doesn't look. This is a good start. Create 3 more plots using different numeric columns. All right. So if we come over here, okay, it should put the next plot down here. Let's see what happens. Alrighty. So what do you think about? Okay, this is nice. Average maximum leaf number by palm subfamily. Now this is interesting. It actually created a violin plot. That's a nice touch. You know, it does do some surprising. It's the distribution of average fruit width. Fruit width in centimeters. Most of the fruit is under 5 centimeters, I guess, in diameter. Okay. Most of them are actually under maybe even less than 4 in diameter. So come back up here. Blade distribution by canopy position. Canopy, understory, both. That's 1, that's 2. Okay, that's good. Average maximum leaf number by palm subfamily. Okay. So this is all good. Now we already did some of this. Obviously this here, some of it, like this here is a categorical column, a palm subfamily. Blade distribution by canopy life. Now to me, this is pretty doggone impressive. This is not your basic plot, and that it chose to do a violin plot, to me, is pretty doggone impressive, okay? So the question is, you know, Now, I may keep this like really, really brief tonight, okay? Let's just have this, this idea to just keep it really brief. Okay, that's not a very good one. Oh, good. So you can see this is a fairly small data set. What do you say, 3,000 rows or something like that? Stem characteristics by palm trees, armored, non-armored. Very interesting. See, this is what's distribution tree by fruit color. Okay. Okay. That doesn't look right. And actually, what's interesting, it did in fact now we could, for instance, do a do a histogram box plot of all six distribution of palm trees by fruit shape. Interesting. Now, like I say, I am really impressed with. I must say, I'm really what's this palm tree structure? Radius length, but the picture length. So here's the subfamily. Maximum in meters. You can see we got a few outliers up here. Now, I am more and more impressed with Quadratic AI, but is it really to the $18–20 fee? I'm actually going to have a brief discussion tomorrow with actually the guy who's head of what technical support or support group for the organization tomorrow. Uh, let's try this. Let's add a see if we can come back and add a trend line. Okay, you see it's trying to redraw it. Let's try a fix. Are you finished? It's importing the stats model, but it has to install it. Okay. Must be using stats model. Must be where we get the regression function from. Not quite sure why we got so many so many things. You can see most of them are clumped under a maximum length of 5 meters and a maximum petal length of 3 meters, 3 by 5 meters. Okay, I'm not quite sure why we got. I was really only looking for a single trend line, but that's okay. Let's come up here. And this is the one that's going to be my screenshot. So I'm going to conclude this session, a very brief session, as we continue to try to analyze data using the Quadratic HQ's Quadratic AI Python spreadsheet program. Okay, so thanks so much for your time, and we'll see you Sunday evening.